Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl, Nikki Ashes. Welcome to episode 2 of, what's it called? Buildmode and Chill? I really wanted to emphasize that the energy of these speed builds is going to be so different than the fast-paced, super fun editing that I have come to be very proud of, very developed. Anyway, so, Buildmode and Chill. How are you doing? Are you snuggled up somewhere? Ready to be emotionally invested in this building? Great, cool, me too. Let's talk about it. As you can see, we're in San Myshuno. Oh my god, I just got coffee all over my chin. Oh, my beautiful chin. It's iced coffee today though, so it feels real nice. So, here we are. This is a penthouse. As you could probably tell from the title of this video, some wild gays are gonna live here, and it's gonna be fabulous. And we're also gonna kind of, it's less spoilery than the first one that I made, because I don't exactly know who is gonna end up living in this house, to be exactly honest. So, but this house ended up really cool. You're gonna see something interesting happen in the middle. So this is in San Myshuno. I would call this a penthouse because it's the top floor of a building, and it's of an apartment building in what's it called? Uptown, Newtown, Hightown? The really rich part of San Myshuno. See that box right there? So kind of up there. I would call this a penthouse, even though it's not, I guess, in Sims 4 terminology a penthouse, because those people usually refer to the ones that are like a lot on top of a building. In this one, you can't change the walls and you can't change the windows, because this is a pre-existing building and it would ruin the canon if you just started to destroy, it's an apartment. It's the realism. You can't just go destroying apartment buildings. You can decorate them, as we're seeing now. So the key of this apartment, the point, is that this kind of open space that I wanted above the seating area. And you can see that the windows on the ground floor, well, first off, you can see that in some lots in San Myshuno, when you go up a story, the furniture on the story below despawns. And I looked up and there's no solution for it. But whatever, it's not as bad as, see how these window frames are black and the window frames below them are white? There's some sort of weird lighting glitch where it doesn't recognize that their light is coming from there. And so I'm trying to figure out, and you can't change the windows. So I'm trying to figure out, how can I have this really cool space? Because I've been seeing on Pinterest and those those YouTube videos about multi-million-dollar billionaires row New York apartments. And so this L-shaped couch in the corner that I've made, I really wanted it in a big, tall, I've seen this and I wanted to make it. So what I've done, can you see? This is genius. In The Sims 4, you do not give up when you have a problem. You just need to figure it out. And so what I did was, I'm setting around all of the windows with black wallpaper and those black pillars. And so I'm kind of creating this whole solution whereby all of the windows that are actually white can match the glitchy windows that for some reason aren't responding to light unless there's a floor in that room. That's not what I want. I want the 2-story windows with the little seating. So we achieve it, because truly that is, as with makeup, sometimes really just the essence of Sims 4 building is, I want to do this and it's not letting me, and how can we circumvent this, work a way around it, So I'm very proud of that. We're gonna make it look even more seamless later. For now, we're just playing with plants, really. This whole thing took me, I think, 5.5 hours to make, and so there might be a couple cuts that maybe if you're using a perceptive eye, you can notice. But I tried to, and it's also faster than usual. I've done this one other time. But yeah, so it's just, there was a lot of building and I didn't really have a plan going into it. But it turned out really great and I'm really excited about it. In the kitchen, I again had the kitchen up against these giant windows, and so I wanted to put some kind of shelving. And so I thought, ooh, this black shelving matches those pillars from the living room. So if we set them all together, it kind of creates this kind of gritty, windowy, it's very cool. And so I was also really proud of that. There is gonna be, though, a lot of just me putting items on shelves in this build because everyone's room pretty much has a shelf as well, so like tiny plants and books everywhere. So if you're into clutter items, the clutter category, this is your jam today. I'm using the Selvaggiorati encounters. They're from the South American jungle adventure that we are gonna all go on in season 2 that I promised and I'm still excited to go do. And so I'm kind of experimenting a little bit with the furniture because I am going to make some builds there. And you really have to comment below if you are living for these speed builds and you wanna see them continue to be kind of in the rotation of videos that I make, you have to let me know because I have a lot of kind of set pieces that I need to make. Like for example, a lush, kind of in the mountains of the jungle, hotel resort, open space, showers with no walls, very glam, very gorgeous, big billowing curtains in the jungle, gorgeous villa fantasy. But do you want to see me make it or do you just want to see it when it's done? Just let me know below, my friends. I can't really snap. It's been a long time since I've worn bitch claws and I forgot how to do everything in them. So anyway, kitchen's almost done. Having a little bit of fun, putting items. This house is more neutral than the one that Vanessa is living in. I'm like, look, the lighting coming into through those blinds. Put a pin in that because it's going to cause a revolution here about halfway into this speed build. I'm really trying to figure out a way to get this because the lighting engine in The Sims 4 is so good. I can't get over it. Like, pay attention to how many times I changed the light setting to like morning light, evening light, sunset, nighttime, just to like experience the house as I'm building it and all these different lightings. It's so good. Okay, so we're gonna come back to those at some point. So now I'm just kind of throwing up walls everywhere and trying to make as many bedrooms as possible because I still didn't know who was gonna live in this house, and so I ended up being able to put 5 bedrooms in. And not all of, some of them are better than others. I tried to also include a lot of fun angles, I don't know. But you can only be so inspired when it comes to making bedrooms because, you know, it does get a little copy-pasty. And we're gonna see my creative way to go about fixing that soon. So this downstairs area, what's really cool, I think, about the way that this build turned out is, even though the whole building is wrapped by windows, the middle of the top floor and the middle of the bottom floor, it's a 3-story apartment, are dark. And so like you have areas, was it Frank Lloyd Wright? I was watching this thing about like, he did this kind of South American kind of Mayan maybe kind of brick house in Los Angeles somewhere. And they like recently, you know, zhuzhed it up and whatever, got it looking nice again. And so this building, when the lady was talking about it in the video, doing the tour, she was like, he likes to play with compression and release, and so you'll have kind of like a low ceilinged hallway that'll open up into a cool space. And so instead of space, but with like light, this really cool area right here with this cool antique rug that I think came with the Star is Born pack. It's so cool and it's like worn. It's so cool. This area is cute and whatever, and I really liked how it turns out, but I think that the best bonus feature of it is that it gives you this feeling of darkness. I used light in the way Frank Lloyd Wright uses squishing, and it kind of, almost the energy, you can feel it kind of deltaing out into this pool area, which is really cute too. This like minty frosted glass table that is everywhere and we've all seen 100 times. I love it. Anyway, so this is the downstairs. Its main feature is that it needed the pool to be on the side of the building where all the light came in. And now we're on the top floor again. And you can see here, I have some custom content, CC, beds, and I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't really think that, because I'm not really sure if the pillows and the blankets, if you put them on top and you're like building your own bed with the custom content bed, if the Sims, well, there's like, oh, there's shit on top of this bed and I can't get into it. And you know, I'm not just making beautiful buildings, because I am, but I'm also making you know, the sets for season 2 of Let's Slang the Sims for Young Drag Queen in the City. And so I need like all of the beds to be functional and all of the, you know, yoga mats to be able to have yoga be done on them. You know what I mean? So I wonder if you can tell whose room this is. If you watched season 1 of Let's Slang the Sims for Young Drag Queen in the City, you know that this, the only person, well, I guess there's 2 of them, but the only gay who is interested in space is Reximus. And so this is gonna be Rex's bedroom. I still keep a little bit of kind of the teal energy, but mostly swapped it out for, because you remember his office in our penthouse renovation that we had? His office had like lots of browns and it was kind of earthy and it was really cool. So I wanted to kind of keep that energy as well. He has a punching bag because now he's basic. I don't want to give away too much about who the characters have become in the time that has passed since season 1, but he's a basic gay and just needed some kind of fitness thing so that he could always be doing fitness, because that's what a lot of gays do, is just do the fitness. And I'm like, yo, you look so cute, so hot on Instagram, but honestly, people with really good bodies, you know, that's their whole personality essentially. Like, they don't do other things. I mean, they do, but you know what I'm saying. So I gave Rex some fitness because that's his personality. You will also see some fitness because Brant is gonna live on the bottom floor, and he is a trainer, canonically. In The Sims, his pre-existing character is a trainer. And so I wanted him to continue that. And so, but what do we know about Brant other than he's hot and he does fitness? Is nothing. Anyway, this is cool. See this little rabbit? I want the rabbit not to be part of these books. So, problem solve, cover it up with a tiny plant. Okay, great, cool, looking good. Living our fantasy. All right, sorry for a weird cut, everyone, but the landscaping people, they take care of the land. They have been outside, wind, leaf blowing, and it's been very loud. Anyway, so we're back to it. This is the teal room. It's in the basement on the bottom floor. It's not a basement. They're at the top of a building. But nobody in particular lives here. It's just for people to live there, but I don't know who's going to live there. Do you know what I mean? So I haven't really decided who's going to. There's some people I know who will live here, and the last ones are. I mean, I know who they are now, but I don't know if those people are going to stay here or we're going to swap them out, because I don't know. We have a lot of friends and a lot of characters to deal with. See that little teal newspaper stand on the right, and maybe also this thing on the left? They're also custom content, and it's about at this time that I start to think about custom content and how great it is, because it does kind of feel like cheating, and it does, I don't know, it feels not wrong, but it feels weird. Definitely, it's custom content, but like for Create a Sim custom content, I really didn't care about adding a bunch of makeup to our friends. Spoiler alert, if you haven't been following my Instagram stories, all of us look much better in season 2. But because I am a drag queen. This is a show about drag queens, essentially, and all of their friends. And so do you think that it's really supposed to be grounded in realism? I don't think so. So having wild, amazing makeup was the first step. And the next step is going to be after we finish this room. So who do you know in our squad whose colors are kind of military green and brown, and is also a painter? Haha, it's Theo's room. Theo will live here. And so Theo's new aesthetic is a little bit angstier than it was, a little more aggressive and a little more sexy. And so his room is gonna have kind of those more, I don't know, not street fashion because it's not clothes, street decor, urban style, I don't know. A little bit more of that, a little darker, a little more trendy, I don't know. Here you can see, okay, I'm messing with paintings, but the thing is that now that I kind of know most of the paintings, you know, you build a couple times and then you kind of build up your mental repertoire of all of the things that are in the game. I'm starting to think, wow, the kind of painting that I want is not here, and I'm starting to get frustrated by that. And then I have more problems with curtains, because every single time I build anything, I have problems with curtains. And like, curtains are so good because even if you have so much windows, it's always such a nice touch to have it be like, oh, I had the option to close this window. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, and you can like, kind of layer them over the edges to soften the edges. It's really nice, but I can't exactly find the curtains that I want. And so now that's in my mind too. And so we're setting up a little desk now, just kind of figuring out what we want to do. It takes me a while to find a good desk. Because someone in the house needs to have a computer, and so this is going to be the computer of the house. A little green chair. I forget if we changed the green chair. I think we keep it. Just poking myself in the eyes, y'all. Alright, now for his little dresser. I did have this little custom content boxes thing. And so I'm like, whatever, we'll just throw it in. I like to, if I'm going to use CC, I like to mix it in with regular stuff, because the styles don't usually match 100%, and so I like to blend the items so that you kind of have a cohesive mix, you know what I mean? So, but I really like that with the clothes on the bottom and the little towels and stuff. And so now that's in my mind, and the fact that the curtains don't work, and the fact that I don't have the art that I feel like I need in my brain. And so in that jump cut, I just went and downloaded a ton more custom content. So the rest of this build is going to be custom content and cool things that I found. And so, if you've been watching Devin Bumpkin's Dream Home, I have a lot of the same furniture that he ends up having, and it's just happenstantial because both of us were on Sims Resource or whatever that website is, finding CC on the same days. So even if you go 30 pages deep on the furniture page, like, you're gonna have the same stuff. So you're gonna see a lot of the same furniture that Devin Bumpkin has, which is fine because his builds are gorgeous. And truly, watching that first episode of Let's Build My Dream Home was what made me be like, you know, I could look into it. But the most important thing is not this Brant's bedroom that's really cute and has a cute CC bed and these cute little plants. Then we're just really exploring our custom content fantasy for the rest of this build. But is where did it go? What am I talking about? Art? No. Oh my god, I totally lost it. Art, items, whiskey. Okay, everyone's having whiskey. Oh, the curtains. So I found a tall length. Tall is how high the ceiling is on this build. A tall length sheer curtain. And it has a little bit of detail at the bottom, but I don't really care about that. And it's gorgeous, and you're going to see it throughout the rest of this one, and also the whole next episode. Speed build, build mode and chill, blah, 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 blah. Look at this giant painting. And these little ones on the ground. Theo's room is so cool. It's one of my favorite. I don't know if it's, I feel like I always kind of lose a bit of my energy when it comes to bedrooms, like the energy that I have for other spaces, like outdoor spaces or living rooms. Look at this cool art. Cool art. Candle in a wine bottle on the little, is very good. Everything is suddenly upgraded, you know? It's like when you buy good makeup for the first time, that's kind of like what happens when you download CC. Anyway, this giant easel is life-giving, and I live. So these curtains are going to be all over this build and all over the third one in our little mini-series of getting ready for Season 2. Because, you know, I have to make 3 house sets for our new squads of people. So we signed up for a 3-episode pilot, and we're seeing how it goes. So you can see, now I'm really just making, like, look at the hashtag aesthetic of the art that I'm finding for Theo's room. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. Wow. Gagged. Speaking of furniture that's perfect, the tropical expansion is coming out soon for The Sims, and the furniture, so not only is it super cool and the Hawaii area is really cool, but and the mermaids and whatever, and Vanessa and I have already been talking about new storyline elements, because I don't know if you know that she has kind of an uncredited writing credit on The Sims 4, The Sims 4 as a young drag queen in the city, because she helps me sometimes brainstorm plot points and stuff, and so don't worry, it's not all me, Vanessa's helping. Anyway, what I want to talk about, wine, because everyone in the household is going to be a little bit alcoholic, and they're going to be able to get drunk in season 2, and so I don't really know what that entails, but I hope it's messy and wild. So, anyway, talking about curtains, talking about, I don't know, Brant's bedroom. Let's just go to Brant's bedroom since we're here now. This cool little chair thing, a cool little shelf thing, I really, in Brant's room, and also the other untaken room, which is in the downstairs, the one that doesn't have like somebody who lives in it. Look, so I almost used this cool L-shaped couch, but the couch that we made from the just the regular Sims items, the back is so much shorter and you can see out the window more, and so sometimes, you know, custom content's not the way. I'm not like addicted. I'm not like obsessed with custom content now, but it has really changed a lot of my gameplay and building and all this stuff for the better. Talk about hair. I can't wait for you to see all of our new friends for season 2. They're so beautiful. Okay, so now we're putting the big curtains in this room, which is really exciting. Because it's really just connecting the top floor and the bottom floor, and I figured out how to get the curtains to be able to be visible on no matter what floor you're viewing, because remember that is a weird glitch that happens in some apartments in San Myshuno only, and not all of them, and not in other worlds, but this is one of them. And our other penthouse is one too, so I don't know if it has to do with being really high up and how many items are loaded kind of in the background. All those little individual buildings, I don't know. But, so, whiskey, cool, everyone's gonna be drinking. I think that's just decoration, but everyone will be drinking. Getting into fights, and it's gonna be Bad Girls Club, but also sexier, and I don't know, it'll be great. I'm making a little bar area up here. It's really cute. I wanted kind of old-timey paintings that didn't match all over the walls up here to kind of give it a more rich energy, because, okay, so I still don't want to give away story details, but I think it is also going to be the name of the speed build, is that all of the gays who are living here can afford to live here because A, they're a little bit affluent, and B, they're splitting the rent 5 ways, you know? So, this kind of, we are affluent gays, and we have all become roommates in this gorgeous, amazing, life-changing apartment, is what's happening here. So I wanted to decorate it kind of like that. Another reason that I've gone to the CC is, for this build, is that when you're watching those tours on YouTube of those multi-million-dollar New York apartments and stuff, like there's a lot of specific furniture that's kind of like 60s mod, 50s futurism, but mixed with contemporary, and it's very sleek, and there's good shapes, and like, so I had like an idea of like specifically chairs, but like the chairs that I wanted in these spaces that I was trying to decorate towards that theme of multi-million New York, blah, 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 Billionaires Row, don't care, you get it. I am having a revelation right here though, which is about these little wall lights that I'm about to, oh, and that lamp in the rusty cage. Is that not everything? So something that's interesting about The Sims, and I think Devin Bumpkin maybe mentioned this recently, but I definitely feel this, is that the lamps all have different intensities and directions, and whether it's white light or warm toned light. And I really like, similar to how I did it on the first floor with the compression and release with the pool area, is I really like pockets of light. Like, I don't like my rooms to necessarily be super illuminated at nighttime. I like a little bit of moodiness, you know, patches that you move in and out of. I think that it's good for the energy. I don't know. I don't like it to be super bright. So, figuring out what lights are gonna go all around the house, especially on this kind of top little platformy area right here, the upstairs hallway, was tricky, and I end up falling in love with this little wall light that I put everywhere. Because, you know, that's what I do with wall lights. This bathroom is not particularly interesting, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to show you me building an interesting bathroom. Oh my god, the landscaping people are yelling. But, it is a bathroom, and it's here, and it's using a little bit of custom content, so I am a little bit more excited than usual to be making it. But this speed build, next speed build, bathrooms are just, I thought about cutting them out of this, but then I didn't have time to re-export the video before I had to record it right now, so, but bathrooms, I just don't, I feel like I should just suck it up and go on Pinterest and find a new, look at these wallpapers, custom content wallpapers. This wood that's also cement, what's it called? Cement wood? I don't know, it's really cool. What am I talking about? Okay, well, cool. Well, while we're here, let's go to this bedroom. This bedroom also has a ton of custom content. Okay, I was saying this when we were doing Brant's room, is that the rooms that have kind of all custom content in them do look a little weirdly out of universe. But then again, I think it does translate, like this little corner over here with all these cool custom content pieces that are all really cute together, that it's one of my favorite little areas, even though no one's ever gonna have a reason to go over here, but it looks really good. But I think that it does kind of add to the surrealism of being rich or of being a drag queen. So I don't mind the custom content kind of looks a little non-universe sometimes. And here you can see I'm messing around with lights, trying to find kind of a, yeah, that one. Nope. This one. Yeah, it's warm toned, it's aiming downwards, it's lighting up the table. Finding perfect lighting is really important. So anyway, so this bedroom is, I'm like trying to like tie up thoughts that I left behind and then picked up and then left behind again. Rooms like this do feel a little weird, but I don't be bothered by it. I'm just letting it happen because it's cool and it's a vibe, and you know, no matter how much highlight your Sims have on them, they still make stupid dorky faces when they say stuff, and like their voices are the same, and like it doesn't ever give the, like, I don't ever want it to feel like I'm playing IMVU, but the bedrooms that aren't a blend of furniture definitely lean in that direction. And you'll see that I continue to use custom content in the third speed build, which will be coming out after this one, but in a very different way than this one. This house, I feel like, was kind of like a creative energy burst that was kind of starting to peter out, which is why you can see that a lot of the bedrooms are fine, but not amazing. Here's another bathroom, by the way. Not that it's also going to be good or inspired. I do make a good bathroom in the next build. I'm really excited about it. I just finished it last night, this morning, something like that. It's currently almost noon. I work night shifts these days, and so I got off work at 5 a.m. I got off work early, and got into drag so that we could talk about speed builds. So I'm really excited to show you the next one. And I think that this speed build also turns out really cool and really nice, and the screenshots are gorgeous and like whatever. I think I'm more excited about the next one. But here we have some cool new plants, a cool new bathtub. I think the toilet is from just the regular Sims. But kind of cute little items. I love the plants. I need more variety in my plants. You know how much plants I put into builds, and so it's always good to have a little bit more variety in your plants so that you don't have, you know, 3 of the same really good palm in your house, you know? So variety in plants. It's crucial. Crucial. Ooh! Did you hear that? Alright, I'm making a little reading nook. I had intended since the beginning to put some kind of bookshelf here as like a pseudo divider. But I was like, let's just make a little reading nook. Because the space is too long to be just one space, so you need to kind of break it up a little bit. And so I put, not this bookshelf, the bookshelf is here just as a reminder. But I do put the bookshelf in Brant's room. And here we are. Gonna put more bullshit on shelves. This is really just a decorative shelf though, because the workout equipment is in the way, and so he can't really access it. But it's really cute how it fits right there really nicely. His room ended up really cool. Lots of books. He wears these glasses. Vanessa and I call them Colin glasses. They're the circle lensed ones. We can talk about Colin at some point. Oh, I've talked about Colin before. Colin is Vanessa's like daddy alter ego. And he's an architect, and it's a whole thing, and it's fun and silly and whatever, but what are we talking about? Not this ugly bathroom that I don't care about. Ugly bathroom. But I like that wall. That's a custom content wall. It is like subway tiles, so it's very cool. So this bathroom is really cool only because it has a cool wallpaper. Everything else sucks. Colin. So another characteristic about Brant is that he's gonna give off like educated energy a lot in season 2. So you know, he went to a good school and he is proud of it and maybe wants to talk about it sometimes. I don't know. Educated. So I wanted to give him a lot of books. Because in kind of fleshing out personalities for these characters, a lot of them, or in Rex's case, detracting, like a lot of them became either smart people or dumb people. And so, like, Brant is a really smart person now, and Rex is just a dumb basic. A basic gay, a dumb basic gay. Do you know what I mean? Here's the bookshelf. We finally arrived at the bookshelf. Yeah, I think actually, oh, we have to do the outside. We're really close to the end, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so we do a little bit of outdoor. I finally get that L-shaped couch in there. It's really cute. That Sims couch on the left kind of matched, and so it was really cute, and I liked them together. What's weird is when I was going to take the screenshots of this, there was Halloween stuff on the little glass railing, the banister, and so I didn't know why that was happening, but so there's a screenshot of this, it's from a fun angle because I couldn't get it to go away and I don't know how. And it was summer, so I don't know why it was still there. Halloween murder party. Cute little outsidey kind of CC rug. It's a little wicker, it's a little woven, it's whatever. A little painting on the wall. Oh, yeah, cute, whatever. Dining room, which looks so gorgeous with the sun coming in. Kitchen. And everybody, I think this is about to be it, actually. Oh, wait, no, we have to put... So I realized that I have this cute living room, but no one's ever gonna go there. So I'm like, well, what's something that we don't have is a TV. And so I figure out as best as I can a way to, so here we go. Another case of Sims 4 equals problem solving wizardry. So I create this little thing and scoot this all over to divide the space. Good news is the Sims do love to sit there and watch TV because they were trying to do it while I was taking screenshots and I'm like, y'all, I'm trying to take pictures. Mom's trying to work. But this like curtain, trying to get it to line up with the balcony above is kind of a cute touch. So it looks like it's hanging down from there. And it also kind of visually divides the room a little bit, but then that area gets to be so small and I don't know, there's only so much you can do. So we crammed a lot into this house, really. So anyway, yeah, it looks great. Great job, Nikki Ashes. Let's go to the screenshots. Is it almost screenshot time? I hope you guys have been enjoying this. This is part 2 out of 3. If you're liking it, make sure that you comment. Make sure that you tell me that you're liking it. I love always hearing your feedback, and I read all the comments. And so let me know what you thought. Let me know if you've been hanging out, doing a little build mode chill, having a great time. Being random is potato. Everybody, I love you forever. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a fabulous day.